Other plants, the banana, sugarcane, taro, and yams, were some of the plants that they carried with them. The animals, the dog, the chicken, and the pig, was carried for subsistence. And the biologist today is saying that all these plants, all these animals, the origin of it can still be found in the area of Malaysia today. Then the archaeologist comes here to the island of Molokai during the summer months of 1967 and 1968. This is the last island that they come to. And when they arrive here, they're here to investigate ancient chants as to location of ancient sites. And the reason they're doing this is because they have run out of funds. One of the areas that they end up going to is called Pakuiva Battleground, a battleground during the Na'ali'i period for the islands of Lanai, Maui, and Hawaii. Pakuiva Battleground is located, according to the chant, in the area of Kavela, which is Kavela Plantation 1 today. The stream is the dividing line. On the east side is Pakuiva Battleground. By the chant, it extends 6 miles eastward. It is also on the ocean side. And when they arrive here, they aren't the homes that you see out there today. And as they walk the land on the right-hand side of the highway, looking for artifacts indicating that this is Pakuiva Battleground, they couldn't find a single Native Hawaiian artifact. One of the old-time residents of the area walked up to them, talked to them, found out what they were doing, and then told them that they were on the wrong beach, that the beach they was looking for is on the left-hand side of the highway. Now, when you're in this area, if you look at the soil on the left-hand side, you'll see that it's a combination of sand and silt. When you look at the ocean, you'll see that it's brown in color if the wind is blowing hard. When you look at the mountain, try to imagine from the ridgeline extending nearly halfway down stood the rainforest. Below that stood the sandalwood forest, all of which got harvested in the 1800s. So since the 1800s, we've had a lot of erosion occur on the island of Molokai. The island of Molokai has been going through a period of drought since the 1800s, each year receiving less and less rainfall. In the ancient times, Molokai was considered to be the wealthiest of all the Hawaiian islands, and the Ancient Ones measures the wealth of an island by its ability to produce food. The word for wealth in Hawaiian is vai vai, spelled W-A-I, Simply translated, it means fresh water, fresh water. Molokai is said to have been capable of feeding its population of that time, as well as the population on the rest of the islands. Molokai's population back then is said to have been well in excess of 125,000 people. Now, we also, in our Polynesian and Hawaiian traditions, as well as in the ancient temples of India, what they call Na'ako stone tablets. The stone tablets speaks of a land and a civilization called Mu, spelled M-U. The tablets say that this land of Mu was the motherland of man. And Mu is said to have been from Fiji to Easter Island, extending north beyond the Hawaiian Islands. Our tradition says that this land of Mu rose 3 times and then sank through volcanic action, and what's left is Fiji, Easter Island, Tahiti, and these islands. Today, we have a fish that we call the mu. And if you have seen the fish called the mu, or if you ever see the fish called the mu, look into the mouth of the mu. The teeth that is in the mu will resemble human molars. The mu is a symbol for us of the ancestors that went down with its destruction. We also have an ancient chant of Molokai that speaks of the first Polynesians that arrived here. And when they arrive here, there is a race of people living here that refer to these islands and themselves as Mu. Mu is your native Hawaiian. Now, there is a chant of Molokai that speaks of a kahuna by the name of Pa'ao. Pa'ao is from Tahiti. And the people of Hawaii knows he's from Tahiti because of his physical structure. He's much bigger than they are. He also wears white, and white in our culture is a sacred color. Very few people qualify to wear white, for white is the color of Akua, or your higher self. The chant says that Pa'ao is here in the Hawaiian Islands, traveling from island to island, gathering information about each of the islands, information such as the most fertile soils on the island, type of crops that are grown in these soils, source of fresh water, best fishing grounds, type of fishes that are caught, safe harbors. When Pa'ao has gathered up all this information about each of the islands, according to this chant, he disappears for several months. It is the island of Lanai, which is south of us, that wakes up one morning and looking south on the horizon, they see the horizon red. It is Pa'ao returning to Hawaii, this time with an army from Tahiti. And they also know that Pa'ao is from Tahiti because he has 2 bodyguards with him, which indicate that he's from a warrior society. The Hawaiians, they were not a religious agricultural society. They were a spiritual agricultural society. They did not worship the so-called deities that the Hawaiians speak of today. This is all brought in by Pa'ao and the Tahitians. They begin to invade the islands of Lanai, Maui, and Hawaii, and the native Hawaiians on these islands, in fleeing their island, heading for the island of Kauai and safety, stops here, warns the Ohana, or the people of Molokai, as to what's happening on their island. The people of Molokai congregate on our southern coastline and wait for the Tahitians. When the Tahitian war canoes appear on the ocean approaching the island of Molokai, when these canoes are said to be close enough, the people of Molokai then begin to chant. As the canoes get closer, the chanting gets louder. When the Tahitians themselves are said to be close enough, they stand up in their canoes, they throw their spears, but all the spears fall short. When they beach the canoes, they jump out, they attack the people of Molokai, and what they find, according to the chant, is an invisible wall between them and the people of Molokai. They find themselves choking, gasping for air. They find themselves literally being picked up and flung back into the ocean. They become afraid of the island and the people of Molokai, climb back into their canoes, and continue on for the islands of Oahu and Kauai.